okay. I think that obviously I was just telling our followers, it's been a crazy time. It's been a very emotional roller coaster these last few months, I think, with everything happening in the world.
It's been
Um,
insane. It's been
it's been,
insane.
yes, I have so many things to ask you about. But
Hmm.
well, first and foremost, I have to say, as a fellow Boricua, just want to say I have been a Ricky Martin fan. Me, my mom, my sister, my abuela, all of us since the Menudo days, like that, like the throwback. So just letting you know.
Send them my
Um,
love, please. Send them my
I
love,
will. I will.
please.
My mom, that will make her day. But I've always been a fan of you, obviously, of course, because of your talent, but also because of how, um, you are so outspoken, and you are always, championing human rights. And I've seen that you've been talking a lot about Pride Month right now, and you're
Of course.
headlining an upcoming concert. So first and foremost, wanted to hear a little bit about how you're celebrating Pride Month and about the Can't Cancel Pride event that you're doing with iHeartRadio.
Are you kidding me? I was invited to be part of that event, and I'm not going to say no. Huh. I look for any excuse to, to wave my flag and to talk about, things that really matter. I think at the end of the day, it's all about human rights, and at least my month, it's not about me. It's about all those incredible heroes
Yeah.
that have been fighting for many, many, many years, defending our rights. And for me, that's what Pride is about. And then to be able to just to be able to be part of such an incredible event with Katy Perry and Laverne Cox, it's just crazy. It's important. It's necessary now more than ever. We need to make sure our rights aren't taken away from us. And there's a lot of people out there that they just don't sleep, trying to make us second class citizens, and it's not going to happen. Sorry.
Yes, it is not going to happen. And you've also been, I love that I've seen you've been outspoken about the Black Lives Matter movement and how you feel like you've been learning and you've wanted
Mhm.
to kind of learn about the struggles. Tell me a little bit about what that learning process has been like for you. How have you been trying to kind of educate yourself?
I mean, when you think and then you start learning, and then you realize you know nothing.
Yeah.
You have to stay quiet and you have to listen. And what I've done, I've given my social media to incredible voices of the community that are,
Hmm.
number one, looking for justice, and people that are teaching us the reality that we think we know, and really we have no idea. So that's all I can do right now. I created a hashtag that is know the struggle, and
Hmm.
I'm still learning, and I think that's what it's about. And I go back home, and I talk about this reality, and I talk about the hypocrisy that we go through, that we live with. I mean, there are some things that we say that are filled with anger and rage
Hmm.
and blood, and we don't even realize that we say these things because they're part of a lingo, they're part of a stop. We can't do that. So my part is to teach my kids
Hmm.
about the importance of number one, loving themselves, but loving and focusing on the similarities of people in the world. I mean, we have a heart, we have blood, but the concept of them, me explaining to them that unfortunately people treat other people differently because of their color of the skin. It's something that is really very difficult for them to grasp. But it's important that we are honest with our kids, and we let them know what's happening. And we need to be transparent with them, and that's the only way we will be able to see justice in the future.
Honesty is so important, and being honest about the fact that you may not know everything, but you're willing to learn. So I think
Of
that that's
course.
so important. So on top of all of that that's going on, we also have all been in quarantine. There's a
Hmm.
pandemic happening. So tell me a little bit, how have you and your family been? Where are you quarantining, and how has it been being home with four young
Yeah.
children? And like,
Hey,
what's been how's the pandemic been for you?
it's like everyone. It's been
Yeah.
really intense. But then again, I'm really lucky because I'm here with my family. I have four kids. There's no time to be sad or concerned. No, we have to do whatever it takes in order for them to feel safe and protected. I am lucky because my mom has been with us since lockdown started, and to be next to
Right.
my mom for me is important. She actually just went back to Puerto Rico last night, and my God, I miss her. But it's been intense. Like I said, I was really anxious. I was dealing the level of anxiety that I was dealing with was completely unrecognizable, and I needed to write about this, and I needed to share it with my audience and my social media, and a lot of people were saying, "Thank you, Rick." I'm not the only one. I was feeling
Right.
exactly what we were all feeling. What you're feeling, and we have to talk about mental health. It's something that it's very difficult for us to talk about. And we have to start now, because what's coming after this crisis could be really intense. And for us, it's important, at least for me as a dad, it's important for my kids to really recognize and understand the meaning of each emotion. So every morning I say, "Good morning, everyone. How are we feeling today?" And then they say, "Good, Dad." And I'm like, "Yeah, good is not a feeling. Can we try it again?" So that's what, and it's been very, very, very special for them to really recognize what an emotion is.
I love that. I'm gonna try that for myself when I wake up in the morning. I'm gonna be like,
How do
good
you
is not a
feel?
feeling. Good is
How do
not
you
a
feel?
feeling.
Good.
I love that. I
Good is
love
not
that.
a feeling.
So you mentioned writing. So you released a surprise EP, Pausa, a couple. What was that, like a few weeks ago now? I
Yeah.
love it. I love.
Thank you.
I've been playing in the mornings. It's such like a beautiful vibe. I love the song with Trevor
Oh,
Morrison.
thank you.
Tell us a little bit about why you decided to release that music right now.
Well, I've been working on this music for quite some time now, and you know my music. It's fusion, and I have great rhythms, but I don't think it was about releasing very danceable tracks at this point. And
Yeah.
I was in a very introspective place, and I said, you know what, let's just divide the album in two. Volume 1, Volume 2. The first one is going to be called Pausa, because that's where we are,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to be more introspective and romantic, and people are loving it. And people are, and the critics and everybody. You know what? Thank you. This is the soundtrack for our quarantine. So
Yeah.
for me, it's very special. And then in a couple of months, I will be releasing Play, with more of a festive atmosphere. Let's see what happens. One day at a time. One thing this madness is teaching us is that we have to live the moment, and at least I have a studio. I can create. I can let go of all this uncertainty through my art. Not everybody can. I am very lucky, but we don't want to stop. We don't want to stop, and music is medicine, and the numbers. I say the numbers because numbers are very important. The numbers are incredible. People are reacting in a very positive way to my sounds, and I'm ready for more.
Yeah, I mean, this EP is beautiful, but I feel like by the fall we'll be ready to dance. Like we're ready for, like, to have the play version. So I
Listen,
can't wait for that.
I don't know if we're gonna be here in lockdown, but I'm sure we're gonna want to dance
Yeah.
regardless of our reality.
Yeah,
At least
queremos
I'm gonna want.
bailar. Right. We
I'm
are
like,
ready to
I'm
dance
ready.
right now.
I'm ready to sweat a little bit.
You have a lot of beautiful collaborations on this EP. You've also
Mhm.
collaborated with so many artists. Is there
Mhm.
a dream artist that you're like you still haven't worked with yet that you would love to?
Oh my God, I've been very lucky.
Yeah.
I had the opportunity to work with Madonna many years ago. Now with Sting, even Luciano Pavarotti. At a certain moment, I really. I can't complain. I walk into a studio saying I know nothing, even though I've been doing this since I'm 11 years old. But I think that's the attitude. And when I walk into a studio, I think it's important to collaborate with people that have a completely different version of what music is, and it doesn't matter how long you've been on stage or presenting music. I want to learn from you, and that's what this album was about. This album was about exchanging ideas with people that have just a young musician, and maybe not so young musician, but at the end of the day, I just want to be open to create different sounds, and I just want to try to push the limit as much as I can. And like I said, I've been doing this for so many years, but I feel I'm still hungry, and the audience is it's still there. So I'll be here until I look ridiculous doing this. I
You will
mean,
never look ridiculous. You will never look ridiculous. I can tell you that.
thank you.
Um, So it's been, I can't believe it's been almost a year since you were one of many celebrities who helped to lead the charge to get the governor out of Puerto Rico. And I feel like
Hmm.
there's been a lot of change since then, but there's still a long way to go. What do you hope to see out of the upcoming elections for the island of Puerto Rico?
Well, I think it's very important for parents to talk to the young voters about the
Hmm.
importance of the future. And we have a phenomenon in Puerto Rico that we give our vote depending on what our families are voting, and I think it's about a very individualistic attitude and showing up and voting and thinking about what is really that we need, what needs to change, and what is it that we need to evolve as a society. It's very difficult, but I think there is a level of awareness, and people are tired of the injustice, and I know people are going to show up, and I'm ready. I'm ready to see this very powerful change that is happening right now. The snowball is really intense, and there's a young generation that they know exactly what they want, and they're not playing games.
Hmm.
And I just can't wait to witness this.
Speaking of the young generation, I know you had sons, and now you also are father to a daughter. What has been the biggest thing that you've learned from having a daughter versus having sons?
She's only a year old, and all I have to say is that she's smarter than all of us together,
Oh,
and
I love
she has two daddies and three brothers. Are you kidding me?
it.
She knows it, and she takes advantage of that, and she runs the house. I give up. Yes,
I
I'm not
mean,
gonna fight it. But she just walks
smart
into a
man.
room and she's light and she goes, yeah, like I've arrived. And I'm like, oh my
Oh,
God, she's only 1 year old. Let's see what happens. But I love it.
oh, that's so
I love it.
cute.
I'm
Oh,
obsessed.
before I let you go, I have to ask. So many people were like, ask him his skincare routine. How does he still look so
Skincare.
yeah? So tell us how do you maintain the Ricky Martin glow?
Go.
Like, tell us what is
Thank
the
you.
secret?
Well, creams now and then, under eye, moisturizers. I cannot say that I use too much sunblock. That's really bad. I need sunblock. I need to
Yes,
use sunblock.
SPF, please.
I do. But I'm happy. I'm happy at the end of the
Mm,
day that's what really matters. I'm in a really good place. I have no secrets. When I have issues with someone, I try to fix it as soon as possible, and I try to go, live my life with honesty and transparency, and that comes out. And I'm in a good place. And when I'm not in a good place, I will let you know. It's okay not to be okay. And I
yes.
think that's and I think that's the key to life, to just be in touch with your emotions, and just don't lie to yourself. That's it.
Mm, I love that. So you have a
But
teen.
later on I will share my cream secrets. Yeah, later on.
Yeah, I'm like, we need the routine. We need the whole skincare routine. Like, show us all of it. Well, my
Lots of
last
love and lots of kisses in the morning. That also helps.
that definitely helps. Well, my last question is, you have an EP, you have, maybe a tour upcoming. What else is next for Ricky Martin? And are you going to get back to acting anytime soon?
Of course, I would love that. I would love that. All I have to say is that as soon as they open the doors, I'm gonna rebook my tour again. I
Can't
cannot
wait.
wait to be on stage. I cannot wait to feel the energy of the crowd. Obviously, it's very important, you know, to stay healthy. We're just gonna go back to what our grandparents would tell us: wash your hands 10 times a day, eat healthy, and we will be able to relive something that is so important as the live experience. It's a cultural event that we have to protect, and we're living one day at a time, 1 minute at a time. I don't know what's going to happen, but I need to be on stage, so I'll let you know. My tours are not canceled. They are there. I'll let you know as soon as possible what's going to happen.
Listen, I will be there. Me and my mom Maribel, will be in the audience. We were at your
Everybody,
Avita, we were at the Avita show on Broadway years
did
ago.
you?
Like, yeah, we were. I mean, I'm ready to see you back doing all of the things. I'm
Ah,
excited. Yeah.
thank you so much. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to go back on the road. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you
Of
so much
course.
for letting me
Thank you
talk
so much
to
for
your dad.
joining us. And everybody, check out Pasa. It's out now, and stay tuned for Play this fall. And good luck with everything. Thank you so much for your time.
Much love, baby. Bye bye.
Bye.
See you.
Bye.
Bye bye.